The message is that there are certain plants, which we'll be showing in one section of the stand, that are associated with allergy. Therefore, if you have hay fever or asthma, don't plant them in your garden. And yet there are other plants, like the ones behind me, which you can choose, which are as colourful, as beautiful, which do not have pollen, and therefore they're okay to use. You do that, but you'll obviously get the balance of what goes where and how to fit for that. They wanted 900. I said no, thank you. It's a nice picture.
And you've got the black decking to go in.
The principal reason probably is the fact that we live in a desanitised world. People spray this stuff all over the place to sterilise this and clean that. And you know, when I was younger, many years ago, we used to pick things, you know, eat dirt, pick things off the floor. No one worried too much. Now people would be horrified. Oh, it's dirty. In fact, you know, a lot of us think that maybe a bit of dirt, maybe, isn't a bad thing. It does prime your immune response.
Had a lot of rain and not much sunshine. I think we had a couple of, maybe a week of sunshine in March, and we had almost 4 weeks of continual cloud and rain. So that's definitely had an effect on getting plants into flower on time. You know, Chelsea's pretty early anyway. A lot of plants that are wind pollinated. It's a really good key to bad plants. They produce masses of pollen, gets in the air, easily transferable, you breathe it in. So a lot of plants like that, and also some plants that produce heavy amounts of pollen, stuff like the lily here, and also again stuff in the daisy family is particularly bad for producing pollen that irritates people. This plant here, and you can see it's clothed in these hairs, and they're really irritable. So if you kind of brush that or walk past it, they're going to get into the air and they'll get down into your back of your throat and cause a breathing problem. See where it's been brushed off, and then where here you've still got some of these hairs, and they'll all get into the air. And I think they have little barbs on them. So yeah, here you can see where the hairs have disappeared. These are irritable hairs, and here as well on the leaves.
And I thought, what's the point? See, they can't get.
Fill your garden with double flowers because the majority of them don't have pollen. So they can't, you know, they can't really self-fertilise, they don't have pollen, so you're not going to have a pollen issue. So double flowers, I'm not a great fan, but double flowers are a good way to go. Or, you know, try and get flowers that are insect pollinated. It's always a good idea. And so that pollen's taken away from the plant by an insect or a bird or whatever, rather than massively produced and flowing in the air.